Hello everyone, welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Pep. Pep is from England in the UK. So let's see what Pep has to say. Enjoy the interview. So hello Pep, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm actually a bit ill, but I've had the
Oh,
past week off work due to being ill, but I seem to be getting a bit better, but I'm getting
oh,
there.
are you okay for the interview?
Yeah. I'm fine with it, mate. I'm all good. I've been looking forward to it, so
Oh. So
yeah.
tell me, how was your weekend?
Quiet. In all fairness, being ill, I've done a lot of it was weird because I went onto TikTok and I'd only had 6 followers, and then I put up this one video which all of a sudden has just exploded, and I've got all these people from different cultures kind of coming in. So I say, like, I've not really gone out very much, but I've not really needed to. I went out, picked up some vinyl, and within an hour I'd had like 4,000 comments and all
Oh,
that kind of business. It was actually crazy, and it's quite overwhelming actually to kind of deal with something like that, especially when somebody is an introverted extrovert like myself. So yeah.
I see. Now understand this point. Sometimes, when you are expose yourself to social media, you don't know what's gonna happen. Sometimes you have the surprises and you go like, "My God, what's that?" Something that you wasn't
Exactly.
expecting. I understand your point. And tell me where you're from, Pep.
I'm from the middle of the UK, so I couldn't be any more central in the UK. I'm originally from a place called Leicester, but I was living in Loughborough, and now I live in a place called West Bridgford in Nottinghamshire.
Okay, so tell me something interesting about your town, the city where you live right now.
Oh wow, it's different to what I'm used to. I think like in the old place where I used to live in Loughborough, it very much had a sense of community. But I've
Uh-huh.
gone from this kind of working class kind of environment, which I was based in, very punky, as you can see, to kind of moving because of my job. My job level's gone up quite a bit.
Okay.
I've moved to a place which is quite middle class. And I don't think they're used to seeing kind of me and my demographic of friends kind of coming in to see me, and but I think it's a good thing. Everyone's been super cool so far. Yeah.
That's amazing. And what do you do for work for a living?
I'm a civil engineer by
Hmm.
trade. So yeah,
Wow.
very maths orientated. You wouldn't think it looking at me, but that is my thing. I'm a civil engineer slash fabricator. So yeah, no,
Okay.
I was throughout my whole life I've always done like a sense of kind of fabricating, and I've always wanted to do stuff from my hands when I've not been doing stuff with bands and my activism and stuff like that. So
I see. Amazing. Okay, so during the interview, I'm going to explore a bit more about your life and also
okay,
about your journey so far, okay?
yeah.
But before we start our journey, William the Magic Box, would you like you to tell me something interesting about yourself or maybe something that not many people know about you?
There's nothing off limits really. I mean, I think like for me, like the most interesting thing for me is that probably that I've been vegan for 16 years. I think that's a massive thing, and that the story of that is is quite cool. So yeah.
Wow. Actually, I made a note here about you when I saw your profile about being vegan. Okay, so let's start the interview, talk a little bit about it. So tell me the moment when you decide to start this journey as a vegan person. Did something happen or you just
Yeah.
somehow kind of, find yourself in a position where you know what, I'm gonna start this journey right now, if you can share.
So basically, I was a rapper beforehand, and I was signed to. I've been straight edge. Do you know what straight edge is?
No?
Okay, so straight edge is part of the hardcore community where we don't drink, we don't do drugs, we do everything. There's no real promiscuous sex or anything like that. It's kind of like not allowing substances to kind of like influence you so that you make bad decisions. And nothing bad happened in my life. It was just something that I went down. There was a sense of community, go to shows, you'd have X's put on your hand, that was to warrant you kind of like, so you didn't get used to get served alcohol. So that's what that signifies. And I got signed to this record label called More Than Ink, by a record label boss called Ben Wynn. And we were having a label meeting one day, and he said to me, like, Craig, you're not gone the whole hog. And I went, what do you mean? He's like, well, you care about looking after your body, don't you? And it was like, yeah. It says, well, why are you ingesting all that, basically? And I was like, I don't know. I've never really thought about it. And he gave me a documentary to watch called Earthlings, which is actually on my YouTube channel, one of my old YouTube channels, the day I went vegan. And I watched it and I was horrified. I spoke to my girlfriend at the time, and we cleared my house of animal products, and I've not ate an animal product since. So yeah, pretty much was chucked in with veganism right at the deep end. So there was none of this kind of meat-based kind of substitutes that you get nowadays. It was literally whole food, plant-based. You had to make all your own stuff. You were used to cook things from scratch. Wow. And yeah, it's been difficult, but I think like if I can make it through that, I can pretty much make it through anything, in all fairness. So yeah.
Oh, 16 years, it's impressive for you to be able to start this. As you said, I'm sure it wasn't easy in the beginning, and sometimes I'm sure you have those difficult times. However, it's a good cause. I think it's beautiful.
It is. I think veganism's as easy as you make it, in all fairness. Like if you go in with the wrong intentions, and I think there's a massive difference between kind of, I think there's a massive difference between being plant-based and vegan as well. So with the plant-based, it's more kind of...
What's the difference, plant-based and vegan, if you can explain?
So, okay, so being plant-based is more about the food side of things. You don't really have that moral compass towards animals. So with veganism, it's a whole lifestyle. Like you don't just care about kind of like ingesting the food. It can go as far as the clothes you wear, the products you buy, making sure that they're not tested on animals. So I think that's what a lot of people don't get involved in. They're quick to jump on and say, oh, I'm vegan. It's like, but you still use, like, say Colgate, for example, and it's like you've got to find alternatives that haven't got those animal tested derivatives in there.
I see. So they're more kind of more I was about to say all the words restricted. Yeah, they're more restricted.
Yeah. It's an ethical stance more than an ethical and a moral stance more than a kind of convenience stance.
I see.
So
radical. I remember the word now, radical. I was trying to remember.
It's very radical. It can be, but I didn't start getting into activism until well, for a long time actually. It was over 10 years. But then I was doing what was known as hunt saboteuring. So the people that chase after foxes with their on horsebacks, I got my girlfriend kind of introduced me to that, and she introduced me to the videos. I got involved, went to a few SAB kind of things, learnt about the Animal Liberation Front, where they were going into places, taking animals and rehoming them. And that's how I got kind of into the more militant side of activism. So yeah.
Great, thanks for sharing.
No worries.
Pep, are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through memories in life and share your point of view?
Let's go for it. Let's go for it.
Welcome to William in the Magic Box. So I have here my best friend. Full of random questions. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to play a song just for us to relax before the first question. Okay?
Cool.
Just let's do it.
Let's go for it.
So before we start the game, during the join, if it comes up a question that you don't want to answer, don't want to talk about, always can change, okay?
Okay, yeah, cool. No worries.
First question for you is, which question would you like to be asked?
What question would I like to be asked? Yes. Wow, that's
a good start. A good start.
Wow.
Or which topic? What's something when you think about an interview, when you are talk to someone, what's something you go like, I wish, or I would love this person to talk about that or to ask this question?
Traveling and why I do it solo.
So tell me what would be your answer?
So the answer for that would be why do I travel solo? I think I travel solo because I get to do what I want on my own terms.
Okay.
So I'm very much kind of an even if I book an all-inclusive place, I cannot literally just stay in that resort. There's that much culture when visiting a new place. I want to embrace it. I want to really take it in and feel like I've learned something while I'm there. So yeah, that's the main reason why I do it. I do it to kind of learn about different cultures and not become stagnant with that. So yeah, that's it.
It's interesting saying that, Pep, because I traveled so many times on my own, I have no idea. And I remember friends and people around me, they're like, oh my God, how can you do that? And I was like, actually, I never thought about that because it was something
Yeah.
normal for me. And I
Yeah.
was wondering, I was like, actually, it's just a time for yourself. You just, don't get me wrong. I'd like to travel with friends and I have a great time as well. However, if I don't, for any reason or other, I don't have someone or I cannot travel with someone, I just book straight away. Even when I'm booking something, I even don't think about who I'm gonna come with me. If I invite someone, it just happen. So I think it's being free as well. As you said, you can do so much, and you meet people there as well. That's the good part of it. There's always people crossing your path, and there's opportunity for you to connect with others.
I think that we've got a really, really good kind of thing, the English language, where it's kind of translated in the majority of places, and unless you go to like Middle East or somewhere like that, but even then you're not really going to struggle. So I always set it as like a challenge, especially being vegan, because you go to these places and obviously not a lot of the places kind of cater for that. So it's a challenge within itself. And I like to push those boundaries, push those fears. I went a good number of years where I was traveling for a lot via train and via bus because I didn't want to fly. And then I spoke to my dad, and my dad said, look, do you want to go to Japan or what? And I was like, well, yeah. And he said, well, you're going to have to get on a plane then, ain't you? So I had to literally scare myself to do that. But when I landed and I got there and the relief that came with it, I don't actually think I suffered from any jet lag because I was that pumped up from actually making it that that carried me through that period where I'm guessing like normal people would struggle with that. So yeah.
What's the biggest joy of being Pep? What do you like the most about being you?
I like knowing that people's perceptions of me that aren't what they think. I look very different and some might say intimidating, but when people actually sit down and talk to me and they realize that I'm actually polite, well-mannered, I've got a good moral stance, then I think that that's the best thing. In all fairness, for me, that's what I love. I love being able to change perceptions in people and leave more questions rather than answers.
I love that a lot. What's your star sign astrology?
I'm Libra.
Libra. So you are October.
Yes.
October.
Yes, that's right.
Very good. Next question. Let's do it. Hey, Pep. Next question is, which bad habits you wish you could stop?
Spending. Definitely. It's a massive crux of mine, especially on coffee. Because I don't have any other vices and I'm single. So for me, my biggest vice is to go vinyl shopping, go to coffee shops, journal, and people watch. So for me, kind of, and I don't just drink normal coffee. It's specialty coffee. It's V60s. It's all those kind of special batch brew ones, and I always say to myself when I look at my account, like I'm going to give myself a budget of what I'm going to spend. I always end up going over, but yeah, I suppose like with that as well, I always think to myself that I'm a live for now kind of person because
Mhm.
I don't have kids. So for me, like I'm not going to, and I have no intention of having kids either. So for me, like, where's this money going to go? I may as
Mhm.
well live the best life that I can. And as long as I'm making other people happy around me, and I can say on my deathbed that I've done everything that I need to do, and I know in my heart that I've done everything that I need to do, then I know that I've lived a good life and that money's been well spent.
And which person in your life you feel more connected with or more close to right now?
Which person I'm more connected to?
Yeah, right now.
My dad.
Okay.
My
Why is that?
dad. I Can I swear or not?
I would beep.
Okay, okay. I absolutely love that man with
Wow.
everything. He taught me so much. It was actually him that forced me to be straight edge where it was concerned, because I wasn't straight edge for one period, and when I was a youth, I went down a path where I started smoking a bit. And I've got a disabled sister, severely disabled. She's got cerebral palsy and epilepsy. And I was coming home selfishly, selfishly kind of smelling of it without realizing, being a teenager. And I can remember, like, I went in to the house and I smelt of it, and my mum smelt it. And I told my mum that I'll do what I want, basically, because being a rebellious teenager, that's how I was. I wasn't doing the right thing. And then I went, I can remember going outside and my dad saying that he wanted to have a word with me. And he literally picked me up by my neck, put me against the wall. He bit my nose, honestly, he bit my nose. And he said to me, "You ever come home, disrespect your mum like that, disrespect your sister like that, I will take your nose off your face." That's what he said to me. And my dad literally has never laid a finger on me before. But at that point, he let me know that he's the man of the house.
I love it.
And it came to a few years ago, actually, after all that happened, it had all died down. Like, we've still got a great relationship. I actually thanked him for
Of
doing
course.
that, because it put me on, as aggressive as it was, it put me onto the right path, and it made me realize that it shouldn't all be me, me, me. And that's why he's my biggest inspiration, because he essentially saved me from becoming a worse version of myself.
Okay, so your dad is watching this interview right now, and you have a moment, an opportunity to send him a message. What would you say? He's watching.
If I had an opportunity to say to him something, I would say that for him, that I love you so, so much, and I don't spend enough time with you. And I promise you that I'm going to make up for that. And I'm just going to adorn you with the love that you gave to me. That's
Beautiful,
it.
beautiful. Love it. Yeah, I think those moments in life when it was a big shake for you when he did that. I think sometimes we need it, and you know, he was in the position for that, and he knew what he was doing for sure. Because maybe if he was a bit soft for you, or maybe he kind of just had a talk, maybe you wouldn't get the message. You just kind of just brush away, you go like, you know what, it's fine. However,
Yeah,
some those big push. I'm sure at the time you didn't get it. You were sad, I'm sure, but after a while, you just go like, wow, that's a great place to be learned this way. So amazing. Love this story.
exactly. I mean, the thing is with my dad, that it's not like he's small. He's a bodybuilder. He literally had to build it. He's got a world record for 24-hour squats. So it's
Really?
literally, yeah, it's Spike's gym. He's got the world record, and well, did have the world record. But it's like, for somebody so big and so muscular, naturally muscular as well, he was the kindest person. Wouldn't say boo to a ghost. His whole purpose was, for being that big, was to, because at the time we didn't have like a like, it's almost like what is it called, like a travelator sort of thing, so it could pick my sister up and take her to bed. He used to lift her up himself and put her into bed. And this girl was, my sister's a big girl, you know what I mean? Because she's dormant, she can't really move that much. And yeah, it wasn't until that happened that I realised, okay, I need to fix up and look sharp. So yeah.
Beautiful, good, very good. Next question.
Cool.
Okay, so before the next question, of course, it's visible your beautiful tattoos around your body. My question for you, I have a few questions in one. So the first part of the question is, which one is the very first one you ever had? The second part of the question is, which one is the latest one? And the third part of the question is, which one is the most meaningful one?
Okay, so for me, the first one was this one on my arm, which is a dragon. I was actually peer pressured into having that. So one of the very first jobs that I worked at was a furnace braiser, making car radiators, and it was a big group of lads, and went to this backstreet kind of, I say backstreet, it was a woman's house who tattooed from her home, and everyone else was having tattoos. I went there, I wasn't going to have one. And one of the blokes, I was peer pressured into it, said, look, you're not going to be a man until you get it done. You need to be one of us. It was almost like an initiation rite, you know what I mean? So yeah, I got it. And I look back at it now, because it's been like 25 years that I've had that on my arm.
Wow.
And I think to myself, there's some tattoos that I've had on my arm for like 10 years and the colours dropped out of them big time, but the colours stayed vibrant in that. I put a bit of moisturiser on, it comes out, I was like, wow, you know what I mean? It just goes to prove that the tattooists back in the day, they could really...
And to be the first one is kind of deep.
Yeah, it stayed in like quite bright and vigilant. I thought that it'd bleed into my arm and everything, but it's not. It's actually stayed on point. So, my friends are always saying like you should get it covered up to match your other things. It's like no, I can't. It's too good of a tattoo for me to cover up.
It's a good piece of art for sure.
It is for me, definitely. Which was the second one that you wanted?
The latest one.
The latest tattoo that I've got is this one on my neck, if you can see it, the vegan tattoo.
Yeah.
So when I hit 10 years vegan, I always said that I'd get the vegan tattoo on the somewhere on my body as a commitment. I didn't want to rush into it, but that turned to 15 years. So I had that done last year, and obviously kind of we've spoke about what that meant to me, and that's my commitment to kind of veganism for life now. So yeah. And
the most meaningful one?
Most meaningful one for me would probably be, what would be the most meaningful? This one, above my eyebrow. Family. Okay. I've got family above there. So they're the most, those three are actually in that parchment. They're the most meaningful ones that I've got on my face, which is family, which is obviously a massive part of my life. I've got a double clef to represent the music scene that I was a part of, and on the other side, just underneath, I've got an anchor to keep me grounded. So they've all got very deep, meaningful kind of ones on there. Not saying that all my tattoos have got deep, meaningful ones, because they haven't. Some of them I got done just for the sake of it, but those three for me are equally as important.
Are you planning for the next one?
Wow. Yeah, I wanted to start a sleeve. I've kept my right leg clear for a animal liberation sleeve. So for me, I'm going to have farmyard animals on there with big, bold, beautiful colors, and I'm going to do that. So yeah.
Great. Next question is, do you have any pet peeves?
Pet peeves. I think people, my biggest pet peeve is people using patriotism as a guise of racism. I think that that's wrong. I think for me, it's kind of, I think there's a massive, this is my current pet peeve. It's people that take their own misgivings and try to put the blame on people, especially ethnic minorities, or minorities in general, because they're less capable of defending themselves against horribleness. So yeah, if we were talking on a on a day-to-day level, it would be rudeness.
Oh,
In all
yes.
fairness, it's the worst. There's no excuse for going to a restaurant, ordering something, and not thanking the waiter or the waitress. There's something people that just take it and being disrespectful. It's a massive thing. There's you don't get any further in life by being nasty, in my opinion.
I think it's so easy to be kind and be just kind gesture. It doesn't take much of us, and,
Yeah.
and even though sometimes, of course, we have our own days when we are not the greatest. However, it's not anybody else's fault. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
about you dealing with, and they're just around you, and they're just living their lives as well. So I know sometimes it can happen, but if you get it straight away, if you make it up, if you understand as well, why not? But I think being, kind is a very easy thing to do for sure.
Yeah, I think it takes a lot of energy to be hateful, and a lot of energy to be disrespectful. And I think that that is a massive thing where what you put into this world, you take out of it. And
Mhm.
if you bring good energy into this world, then it's going to come back to you tenfold. That's my thing. So that's the reason why I always try and be as kind as I can, because I wouldn't want to disrespect anybody and hurt anybody intentionally. So yeah.
Totally. Tell me one of the kindest gesture that someone has done for you that you went like, oh my God, it's something nice to be, could be something very simple, could be on your day-to-day basis, could be anything. Sometimes people, they just do something so different for us, or make a comment or something that warms our heart. Something that comes to your mind?
I think the best thing that happened to me recently was me going to see my mum and dad, and I was doing nothing kind of in scale. I was just listening to my dad, and my mum was in the kitchen, and I went to go and get a glass of water, and she just came to the side of me and hugged me and gave me a kiss, and
Oh,
she just went, "I love you and I'm proud of you." Now, I'd been waiting for kind of my mum to, because my mum's she's stubborn, you know what I mean? She's a proper battle axe and goes with it. And but to have that, and to have that acknowledgement and that embrace, because we just, I think, like, we'd recently lost my both she'd recently lost her mum and her dad very
mhm.
recently, in the space of my grandma and granddad, within the space of 4 months of each other. I think once she realized that they were gone and she was an only child, all she got then were her kids and my dad. So yeah, I think kind of like it kind of dawned on her to that we all need to stay as a unit. So yeah,
Totally. Oh, beautiful.
it was a beautiful moment.
Beautiful. And for you to remember and sharing as well, I think for you it touched your heart very, very close for sure.
Yeah, I need her. I realize how much I need my family, especially like when you sat there in your thoughts, and they always seem to know when something's
They do.
a bit
They do.
wrong. Yeah, yeah, they're always checking in. So I'm very thankful for that I've got that relationship with my mum and dad.
Sometimes our parents, they know ourselves even better than ourselves sometimes. You know what I
They were the
mean?
creators of us. They're
Of
going
course,
to, aren't they?
of
They're
course,
our blood. So yeah,
absolutely.
that's what I believe of them. So yeah, I love them dearly.
Next question. Okay. Next question is, which talent you wish you had?
Which,
Talent you wish you had?
wow. Now I can do. What talent do I wish I could have? Are we talking like feasible talents here, or are you talking about kind of like what, not special power or anything like that?
This something, yeah, no special power, something more,
Something that I wish I could do.
yeah, something different, or something that you go like, oh, I wish I could have done that. Yeah, be able to do something.
As a civil engineer, I wish I had better maths, because I'm awful at it. You know what I mean? I can put a drawing in front of me, and I can a drawing of a product and I can make that product, but you give me any sort of mathematical equation and I'm awful at it. Yeah, I really wish I could do that. I wish that my maths was better. That's one thing for sure. And as a vocalist, well, ex-vocalist as well, I used to do a lot of screaming vocals. I wish I could sing. I wish
Oh,
that I had a more melodic vocal, because as kind of how I look, I love R&B. I love
uh-huh.
Motown, I love acid jazz, I love anything that invokes real emotion beat wise, and I wish I could sing those songs, but the fact of the matter is I sound like a drowning cat. So I can't. So yeah.
As you mentioned in the beginning of the interview about being a rapper, you had a rap career in the past. So tell me, walk me through a little bit about this journey in your life.
Being a rapper was I fell in on it actually. Me and my friend were just making beats in his bedroom. Luke, I've known him for nearly 30 years now, and he's a
Wow.
wonderful individual. And we were making beats in his room, just going up, and he we were just kind of messing around, battle rapping, because battle rapping used to be a kind of a thing back then, and just saying other things. And we decided to kind of make beats and rap along to them. And he was awful at it. He couldn't write lyrics, and I've always been very, very good at English
Right.
and writing. So I found the flow of words and making things make sense a lot better. I'd always done poetry, and I just found that I have always enjoyed poetry and slam poetry and stuff like that. So I found that I kind of just dipped straight into it, and it wasn't really a challenge, because I just wrote about the stuff that I believed in and the stuff that I was going through, which in those times, those days, I listened back to some of the songs that I've got, um, and I was an anxious mess.
Hmm.
And I look back then now on those songs and I think to myself, wow, I'm a million miles away from that person that I was, like those
Wow.
insecurities that I had, and the fear of death and all that kind of bit, fear of unaliving and all that kind of stuff. And I just look back on that now and I think, wow, what a growth it's been, in all
Uh-huh.
fairness. So yeah.
For sure. And but you don't do anymore. Rapping was just a part of your life that's
Yeah,
close on the
I,
side.
I do it, but it's kind of very few and far between. I'll be honest with you, there's that much bad going on in the world recently that I'd struggle to just focus on one thing. I think
Mhm.
that's why I kind of like got the element on the TikTok kind of thing, where it was like I can express myself kind of this way, and hopefully that will bring more people in that feel the same as me, which it has. So
In a night like now overnight, just like people just
literally overnight, I had no idea. I went from 6 followers to nearly 1,000, and the video had has currently got nearly 100,000 views on it, which is
oh my lord.
absolutely. It got that bad that I've had to turn off comments for it for the time being, just because I had that many people making burner accounts, just being nasty for the sake of it. And I thought, I don't want people that are
Good
seeing
point.
this to drag away.
I see. Big questions left. Let's do it.
Uh,
Okay, next question is what's the best and the worst of being yourself?
the best part of myself is my freedom.
Okay?
It's the fact that I work 4 days a week, so 4 shifts on, 4 shifts off. So I literally work half the year. I get
Mhm.
paid very, very well for it. Um, even though I've got a great amount of responsibility in my job, I get to travel where I want. So that sense of freedom is fantastic. What is the worst part of me is my self-doubt in my
Why,
ability.
why is that?
I don't know. I think like kind of because I live on my own and I've got no one to kind of tell about my successes and the stuff that I do right, apart from my audience, so to speak, I don't think I always tell myself that I can't do certain things. And I haven't got the talent to do it, and I shouldn't. You know, there's always that kind of little part in there. But I know that if I give it 100% of my, of I always give everything 100% anyway. But it's if I give it the time and dedication, I could achieve what I can. But it's just my insecurities, I guess.
And for you, when you are, let's say, in a place where you feel like connect with someone, or on a date scene, or get someone more romantic, what's something about it that you see or you hope to see in somebody else that gets your attention in a romantic way?
Kindness. It's
Mm,
always been kindness. I mean, obviously there needs to be the physical attraction there. There
yeah.
has to be a physical attraction there. I don't care what anyone says. It's got to be there. But I think if a person you're with, no matter how good looking they are, which I've been out with a few girls like this, that have been very, very stunning, but their attitudes have stunk. I think for me, kind of, it's a bad thing. It leaves a bad feeling in me, and I can't invest wholly into them because I feel like I can't be vulnerable. I need to be able to be vulnerable and not be this macho kind of bloke that I want to take the reins. Don't get me wrong. I want to be a man about things. Touch wood. Kind of, I want to go down that route, but at the same time, I want to be able to. I want to be able to be vulnerable around that person as well. And if that person isn't kind and empathetic and hasn't got the patience to listen, then we're not going to work.
Do you fall in love easily or not? For you,
I,
takes time.
oh, big time. I
Yeah.
fall in love massively. I love being in love, but I've kept
Uh-huh.
myself single for 5 years. uh, by uh, by my own kind of purpose, really. I've wanted to travel. I've wanted to kind of work on myself and know what I want out of a relationship this time, rather than just sleeping with girls for the sake of it. Um, but yeah, it's I know that.
Tell me the very first time when love hit you, that you went like, okay, now I know what's the meaning of love. Now I know the feeling of being in love, or the feel. It doesn't need to be romantic. It could be anything that you felt like, oh wow, that's a great feeling. Very sometimes it can be very hard as well. However, it was a feeling for the very first time, if you remember.
When we didn't need to say anything at all.
Right.
You know, you can
Yeah.
just do nothing. You can just sit in front of the TV watching mindless stuff. You've got your
Yes.
partner on your stomach or on your chest, and you're doing stupid like eating ice cream and with each other, and or sharing popcorn, or not even that, just tickling each other. That kind of, that physical kind of touch of them studying your breath. That's what I love. I love that whole feeling of knowing this person is alive. I can feel that they're alive, and that's when you know, kind of, and that's when I know that that this person feels safe around me,
And you
and
consider yourself to be a romantic person?
that's a romantic thing. I think you
That's what
can't get any more romantic. For me, I can't get any more romantic than than there's no better romance than when you can be your vulnerable
yes.
self without the distractions in the world. So
Totally.
yeah, that's when I think you know you're in love.
Amazing. Two questions left. Let's do it.
Okay.
Okay, before the next one, of course, check your profile Instagram. It says there, Plant Pact Adventure. Yeah, of course. I believe it's based on your vegan journey.
Yeah.
Why the name?
Plant Packed Adventures. I actually started off that page known as a page called Loughborough Vegan Eats, but with the Loughborough Vegan Eats page, what basically happened was, like, the majority of the vegan eateries and places that I was doing vegan options, veganism has took a drastic decline, especially in the area where I was doing a lot of the reels and a lot of the vlogs, and a lot of the options had minimized. So I felt myself going outside of Loughborough, which I set up that page initially to kind of set up a page for local vegans so that they've got options around and to help businesses through COVID. It's been around since 2021. So to bring vegans to their local establishments. For me, kind of once that happened, I started finding myself going all over the world, traveling to different places and doing more reviews in different places. I found that the name wasn't very suiting because it wasn't based around Loughborough. So I actually went onto a generator and I thought to myself, there's going to be a million names here that have been taken. And every one I tried, and I thought, I can't do this. So I put it into a generator of what I wanted, not AI, by the way. It was an old school generator, and I put it in. It came up with Plant Packed Adventures, and I thought, well, that's different because that's what I'm doing. It's everything's plans, packed luggage, and the adventures there. I thought, wow, it's unique. It's not been taken. I've got it. So yeah, it went straight in. I use that now, and I've actually got it on. I'll cover the card, but yeah. My Revolut card here, I've actually got the logo on it.
Amazing. Oh, wow.
So, yeah. So businesses know that when I go in there now and I give them my business card that I'm from Plant Packed Adventures when I'm paying. They're like, if they've been rude, it's like, oh, they're like, oh, damn, you know what I mean? Is he going to review us now badly? And I never announce myself before I go into a place either because I don't want preferential treatment, which has happened. It happens, and it used to happen an awful lot where they give you extra helpings, they give you a dessert, they'd be at your table, and I don't see anything wrong with that. But you should treat all your customers the same, not just me because I'm there to review your establishment. So yeah.
Okay. Can you review the magic box for me? I'm joking.
Yeah. Oh, your question?
No, I was making a joke when you said you review the restaurant. I was like, can you review the channel within the magic
Oh,
box?
of course. Yeah, let's go for it. I'll do it.
Next question is, what was your best friend's name growing up, and why did you consider your best friend at the time?
Luke. It's the reason why I've got my nickname Pep.
Oh, there you go.
But there's a story behind it, and it's probably the most pop punk name going. So me and Luke, we skateboarded together near enough every day for 25 years. So we were doing it for a long time. And back in the early days, we used to go out skateboarding in Leicester from 7 o'clock in the morning till 11 at night when the lights went down. And every Thursday, we used to go around the mum and dad's house. And they always used to get us pizza, and we'd say, like, what pizza are we having? We used to go pepperoni pizza, and we had that for about 10 years. Not even bullshitting, like 10 years, it'd be like, okay, we get pepperoni pizza. And one day his mum got really frustrated. She came in, she said, look, every Thursday you come round and you order the same thing at all times. Ain't the like variety is the spice of life? Aren't you gonna go? It's like, no, it's what we do. We have pepperoni pizza. My friend Gordon was in the room at the time. And she went, you know what? I'm just going to rename you two. So you Pepper and you Rona. My friend was there, and he told everyone at the skate park. Pretty much everyone forgot that my name was Craig at that point, and nobody actually calls me that now. Not even my mum. Not even my mum and dad. They call me Pep. It's what I've always been. So that kind of friendship, the fact that me and Luke have been together for that long, we've still got the same nicknames. We still see each other. I love that man dearly. He's a 6'4" black man, and he looks nothing like me, but we are so tight and they've got so many different mannerisms and into the same music and into the same kind of things that I love that man. I take a bullet for him, and I know he'd do the same for me. I could not talk to him for 6 months at a time or 6 years, which would never happen, but I know that it'd be like we'd never spent a minute out of the room with each other. I know what he's thinking and he knows what I'm thinking. I've been very thankful that I've got a friend like that.
Yeah, I think those friends is just meant to be. We don't choose friends. I think it just happened naturally. And when it happens, that's it. Yeah. It's funny because you made me remember now. I had an interview here with a lovely man, and he said something very interesting. He said, William, love for me is when you see someone without saying anything, you're already smiling, you know. And I was like, wow, that's so powerful. And it's so true, because sometimes you see close people to you, like friends or family, you look at them, you're already smiling without saying anything. And I think
Yeah.
it's a beautiful thing, because it makes so sense.
Yeah.
And I started to watch myself after that, not watching, but I caught myself like talking to my best friend, and as soon as I saw him on FaceTime, he was already here, and I was like, wow, that was like powerful to see. So I understand those connections, just a lifetime that's just meant to be together, for sure.
It's amazing how it can
Yeah.
lift your mood just being in
Yeah.
their presence, no matter where they are in the
Good.
world. And that's a beautiful thing.
Last question, ready?
Yeah.
Do it, last one. You like dance, Pep?
Do I like dance?
Yeah.
I wish I could dance, but I can't. I love dance. I love watching it. I love watching hip hop kind of style of dancing as well. Even boy band dancing to some
Right.
kind of thing like, especially 80s boy bands like After Seven
I
and
love
groups
80s.
like that. So and disco and watching the old Soul Train kind of stuff. I love watching it because that what got me into it. You can feel when people have got a beat. So I love watching it. I can't dance myself. I'd be awful at it. I can two-step, like hardcore two-step, but that's no good. In a normal place, I'd be thrown out of a ballroom for doing that or anything like that. But I can hold my own kind of with girls in nightclubs and all that kind of business. But as far as like dancing, I think dance evokes emotion. So yeah,
Totally.
it's an art form, isn't it? So yeah, I love dance for what it can do to you in the moment.
Amazing. Right, before the last question, people watching this interview right now, maybe they are thinking, or maybe they want to start a vegan life. Yeah.
Yeah.
What would be your best piece of advice for those people?
It's going to be kind of difficult. I think for me, the best way for you to do it is to throw yourself in the deep end. You've got to scare yourself. You've got to watch the worst documentary possible to see the worst British documentary possible to see how these animals are treated. And in standard practice as well. So organic, factory farmed. And I think after that, if you can walk away from that and have no emotion for it, then and you can't be vegan after that, then it's not the right thing for you. But as long as you kind of remind yourself that you're vegan for the animals, you're not vegan for yourself, even though it's got benefits, you're vegan for them. You're vegan because you're not contributing to the mass slaughter of sentient beings. That's it. It's just reminding yourself of that.
Amazing. Last question is, what do you think are the best traits for a person to have?
Kindness, honesty,
Good.
especially within themselves, and being free to love.
Good one. And they all dance together. Yes. Love it.
You're all part of the same song.
Right, it's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game, okay? I'm going to give away some words. Just tell one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking, okay?
Okay.
One word for family.
Love.
Money.
Unnecessary.
Fear.
The past.
Life.
Death.
Love.
Love. Involved.
Like that. Religion.
Unnecessary.
Sex.
Tax.
No, sex.
Sex. Necessary.
I knew you'd say that for some reason. I knew it. Politics.
Division.
Friendship.
Needed.
Desire.
Lusting.
Regret.
None.
Success.
In time.
Wish.
Full thinking.
Wow. Happiness.
Everything.
One word for England.
Beautiful.
One word for vegan.
Life.
Wow. The last one now, plant-packed adventure. One word.
Fun.
Amazing. Let's pretend now I'm going to meet Luke for a coffee. Yeah, your friend. And I'm going to ask him, define Pep in one positive and one negative word only, what he would say.
If my friends were to describe me as one word,
Positive and negative. One positive and one negative.
One positive and one negative. I think they would say kind for the positive, for the negative, trusting.
Interesting. If I would ask the same question to your dad, would be the same answer?
For my dad? Oh wow, that's deep, isn't it? Yes, it would be the same.
The same.
Okay. It's one of my traits that I've got from my dad. So yeah.
Amazing. Let's play now, Pep, and the magic box, and you can ask me a question. But you can ask me a question now.
Yeah, I've actually got the question written down here. So
Ooh.
yeah, I've actually prepared it well. So
wow.
Are you ready for this?
I think I am. Let's do it.
You should be, William. Okay. The question is, if you have the opportunity to know the future, would you want to know? And after knowing that information, would you want to change anything?
Wow, what a difficult question. What a difficult question, but very interesting, and I love it. Wow, you know what? Let me put myself in this situation that I had if I had a superpower. Right this moment in my life, the person I am today, these moments, I wouldn't like to know. And I'll tell you why. I think it's because if you asked me that maybe 5 years ago, I would say straight away, yes, I would love to be there. However, right now, this moment in my life, I wouldn't know because I think there's a beauty in the future that's there, holding there for some reason that you know it's not meant for you to know. You know what I mean? So the point is, it says everything is there in the future, holding, waiting for you, or is there. You know, so I don't think I'll be tempted. Trust me, very tempted for different reasons. You know, I think it's nice. It would be nice for you to experience that and somehow try to navigate or change, or I don't know, make something out of it. But however, it would change your path somehow. It would change something about yourself that maybe you meant to go through that to learn or to enjoy, or maybe, you know, just to go through it. And if you go there before that, the beauty is gonna go away. So, you know, even though it'd be nice to be there and somehow to see it, because for example, when you're talking about traveling alone on your own, and you know, when you said that you are a totally different person as you were when you look back, being very insecure. If you saw yourself right now, maybe knowing the person very confident you are now compared with this person you were before, maybe you wouldn't have this knowledge and you wouldn't be able to navigate through it. Do you know what I mean? So back to your question, right this moment, I wouldn't go there. Just for the beauty of it, just to keep this beautiful beauty out there. Could even not be a beauty thing, could be something very, you know, challenge. However, it meant to be there for you. So let's wait. Let's when it comes.
You've managed to convince me. That's one thing for sure. So yeah. Wonderful.
Yeah, I think I would answer that. But trust me, Pep, if you asked me that maybe 5 years ago, I wouldn't even think about it to go there for sure, because it's a time of my, and maybe tomorrow I'll change my mind. You know, you never know. We are here changing every day, which is good. It's good to change. However, right this moment, at this time, I wouldn't go there.
Not change a thing. Okay, cool.
Did you enjoy the interview?
I really enjoyed it. It's been great. It really has. It's been enlightening. That's fun.
Thanks again, Pep. I'll tell you something now. You know, yesterday when I was talking to you yesterday, and I didn't know about your viral video. I didn't know that you had, you know, and you know, that's what I like the most about the show is when I invite people online, I don't know anything about them. I just see the profile. If the only thing I check if it's not fake. If I see it's a real profile, I just fire away the message. And when I invite you, You actually were talking together in two platforms at the same time.
I can remember.
Yes, I remember now.
So I didn't want to miss it. That's the thing. It's a case of it's a perfect opportunity for me to kind of get to know a new person and tell my story. So
absolutely, absolutely. And I'm so grateful that you accepted the invitation. I'm so grateful that you took the time, because as you know, time nowadays is precious. And when sometimes someone take their time for us, it's a gift. So I appreciate your time. Thanks again for being so kind and so open as well. And I love your journey as a vegan person, because it's the way to be, it's the way to go. I think that's the future. And I hope people, watch this interview right now, they got inspired by you, just see you talk about that. And I think it's amazing, it's beautiful. So thanks for that as well. Thanks for sharing that. And before you go, if you can share a positive message or anything that you live by.
Yes. I took a quote from Pat Flynn, from my favorite band in the whole world, called the song's called Armed with a Mind, and it's just part of the chorus, and it says, armed with a mind, I'm going to strengthen my action with thought, make use of the gift that I've got, and walk fearless because I'm armed with a mind. A weak offence when you step to this, mind over matter is power over fists. I walk fearless because I'm armed with a mind.
That's beautiful. Amazing. Yes, once again, thanks for the interview. Thanks for being so sweet. And we keep in touch. It was a pleasure.
You're very, very welcome. Thank you so much, William. Greatly appreciated.
To parents and to your friend as well. Okay.
Thank you so much, my friend. Greatly appreciated. It's lovely to connect with you. Thank you, sir.
Take care.
Have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, to share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why you'd like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye, see you next time.